I mean, I love being a dad in general, and I knew I would.
When I was a kid and people were planning like their futures and stuff, as a kid, fatherhood was always in like one of the top 3 things. And I was like, I'm gonna be a dad, yo. At different times, it was like I'm gonna have a football squad of young people, or 1 or 2, or I'm gonna have a boy that I don't have no boys. I have 2 young girls.
There's so much you can do with one person in one generation. One generation can almost leap forward and make up for things that did not happen in generations before. But then you can also have a person that can make a mistake and it can set back, it can almost set a generation back, and not to say that the next generation won't be successful, but their starting point, won't be the same.
Every move that I do is impactful in someone else's life. So I have to discipline myself, right? The decisions that I make are so much more weighted.
Don't nobody want an irresponsible man. I don't care, what your beliefs are, what your preferences are.
Being present for my children is like the most important for me. When I think about people like Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, and as great as leaders as they were, right, and and the role that they played, like a Fred Hampton Jr. or any of these people who really stood up and stood out against oppression, at the end of the day, they weren't there for their children, right? And I don't say that as a knock on them at all, but I also can't imagine what that was like for their children growing up without their parent, right?
I believe the home is the place where you learn how to love. Being able to see dad love mom, being able to see dad love, the family. I think that's the starting point.
Yesterday people started posting that Sean Bell, who was killed, it had to be like 18 years ago or 19 years ago, that his daughter just graduated from high school, right? She just graduated in the class of 2020. And so, just that fear of being taken away from my children constricts me, I think, in ways that I don't move in certain ways because of not wanting to them to grow up without a father. But that's also the part that I love the most, right? Like, I love being there for them. I love, if they wake up in the middle of the night and they're scared of something, that, they can come and run to me and dad's there to protect me, right? I think that is probably one of the most important parts of parenthood to me, is just being able to be there and be present. And I mean be present in all the ways, right? Like, not just like I'm here in the house, right? But like I'm here like playing with you, I'm here helping you with things, I'm here like doing stuff with you and cooking for you, and cleaning you up when you pee in the bed at 3 a.m. and
life humbling me and me humbling myself, trying to say, what do my babies need from me today? How do I give that to them?
Someone else is now looking to you for everything. They're looking to you to have what they need to survive. They're looking to you for guidance in life. They're looking to you at every moment. They're looking to you, trying to copy what you do. It literally, as a father, you see your son tugging at your leg, trying to do, I want to do what daddy does. Literally.
I just need to keep this person from stepping into traffic or swallowing poison or doing the most. Just sit down. Just stay alive.
Building good character, good moral, and good ethics, and really having him think about people, think deeply about the decisions and choices he makes. Being
emotionally present, right? Telling stories, telling them, my own anecdotes for things that they're going through. And my oldest, whenever I tell her a story about when I was younger, or just about a time that I struggled with something, or had was afraid or anything like that, like I see how much that lights her up to know, like, oh, okay, like my dad had the same experience and he got through it.
My son is 12, and I just don't give him tasks without a purpose. Like, I'll say to him, like, Jaden, you may feel like, I'm just telling you to do this, but you're only gonna be with mommy and daddy for 6 more years. Like, you're gonna be out of the house, you're gonna be away at college. And I just wanna put you in a situation where, as though you can figure things out on your own. And for him, that works. I don't want my son just going to college and just receiving all this, information out of a textbook that's wrapped in some professor's opinion. Like, no, like, challenge that. Think about it. Think deeply. When you leave that classroom, let them know that you was there.
Nothing really turns out the way you think, and a lot of those things that you think can damage what is as you go through particular things. So my children came and I was like, oh, I really need to learn how to be their father. Who this person is, because it's not me like putting personality traits into an empty doll. They come and they're already people. They already are like a whole personality, and they don't become a different person. They just become like their lines just become more solid.